I'm Pam Hiller, AccuQuilt cutting expert.
I'm Erica Botker, AccuQuilt creative expert. You know, sometimes a quilt block looks so intricate that it seems too difficult to piece together.
But with the Go Tangled Star block on board or bomb die, this block will go together without a hitch. So Erica, look at this stunning block.
I absolutely love it.
Now in your quilting head you think, ooh, that might be difficult to put together, but it's really not.
Really not.
It's not.
That's right.
So here is the new Go Tangled Star Die. First of all, it's on a 6x24 die board.
That's right, it'll fit in any cutter.
Right? It has screen printed letters to help you keep track of your pieces.
Right.
All of these pieces are by color, so it helps you there as well. Don't forget, quilters, we have specialized dog ears and that perfect 1/4 inch seam allowance to help you put together this beautiful block. Now this block creates kind of a 3D illusion, which I think is so cool. It finishes to 10 inches, so pair it with the Go Cube Mix and Match 10-inch block or other 10-inch bob dies, or even the 10-inch setting triangles to create endless possibilities.
You know, a bob will allow you to cut all the pieces you need for a block in just one pass through the cutter. But, I mean, you can cut up to 6 layers of 100% quilting cotton with our dies. Now, the package provides a free pattern to show you how to cut and sew a 4-color block.
Right.
Or you can download the pattern off of AccuQuilt's website. Now, today, we're going to show you how to cut and sew a block from the Go Pigtail Twist Wall Hanging that's hanging behind us on the set.
All right, quilters, since this die is on a 6x24 die board, you want to make sure that you have the appropriate size mat. So Erica, sometimes quilters ask us, can they use a larger mat? And the answer is no.
It could wiggle, you could mess up your cuts. You want good, clean, perfect cuts.
Right.
All right, now if you want to change the colorway of a block that you're working with, remember you can check out Go Quilt, which is on AccuQuilt's website. It's a free quilting tool that allows you to change the colorway of thousands of patterns. Now a tutorial is included to help you get started.
Now you and I, we use Go Quilt all the time. It's just amazing how easy it is to use. All right, Erica, let's show our viewers how to lay their fabric on the die.
Perfect.
So first of all, I'm going to tell quilters, you want to have all of your fabric facing up.
Yes.
Right? Otherwise you're going to get backward shapes.
Right.
And like we said, this is divided by color. So over here, the F and G and B are going to be this beautiful bright pink color. I love the colors of this block.
I do too.
And then the AR and the ER, so this means right.
Yes.
So we have a shape A and E, and this means it goes on the right. Right? All right. And then shape D, C, and H. Notice, quilters, I kind of put it at an angle, and that's going to be fine. It's going to come here, but so long as they don't exceed the 6-layer rule, it's just fine. And then A and E are white. All right. So let's put the mat on top, and we will let Erica run it through our Go Big.
Yep.
All right, quilters, we're going to give it a little love. We're going to slide this mat don't left. All right, Erica, so let's peel back our little fabric.
Absolutely.
All right. Now, quilters, sometimes you're going to, just because the way the shapes are on the die board, you're going to get a little chunk like this. I'm going to throw this in my scrap bin because that's a perfectly good size
You'll
scrap.
come up with something else to do with that.
Yeah.
Or if you don't, I could.
There you go. And look, I'm going to take that. I already know. All right, so here we go. So we are going to start by sewing shape B to A. So I've already created 3 of the little blocks, and then we have some more step outs. So what you want to do, Erica, is see how all the shapes have this?
Yeah.
So here is B, and we're going to sew it to shape A, which is not AR. Okay?
Okay.
All right. So you want to make sure when you're laying out the pieces, look right here in the block.
Yep.
Now your pattern's going to show you how to do this as well.
Absolutely.
Okay, so I want to make sure that it's all going to line up together, that it's going to have that straight edge. This is actually becoming one of my new favorite dies.
I am loving this one.
Yeah, and while we do this, will you find shape D for us?
Shape D, absolutely. So, I know it's not there. This is going to be our shape D, and again, this then is going to turn. We're going to have this right up here, so you're going to be sewing on to this edge, right?
Correct.
Okay. Okay,
All
great.
right, so now I'm just going to tell you to press to the dark side on
I would love
these.
to press to the dark side on that for
Okay,
you.
perfect. All right. Now, this shape AB. Now, some of you are going to say, oh, Pam, this is wrong. But what is right about this, Erica?
Seam allowance.
Seam allowance. Okay. All right, then next, Erica, we're going to get C to AR. So we're just going to keep going through our pattern.
So here's our AR. That's right. So here's our AR, and it's going to be like this. We're going to have our, there's our C, and it's going to go like this, I believe.
So see how this is going to be this piece right here. All right. All right, quilters. Okay, so Erica, next let's do E.
Yes.
And then F, and do you want to show them how they lay together?
And these are going to go together like this. And you're going to know because, look, when you lay them together, those dog ears are going to line up just perfectly for you at either end.
Excellent.
All right, I will let you sew.
All right, Erica, we won't worry about pressing those out because look, I have some already sewn together.
Okay.
All right, so quilters, you would make this block like this, and then this is the first half of your block.
Okay.
All right, and I pretty much just pressed kind of to the dark side. It's going to kind of want to lay a certain way anyway.
Okay.
All right, so let's just sew this half together. All right, and if you want to press that, that would be great. All right, so quilters, we just have a few pieces left. So next, we're going to do ER and H together. So again, I'm going to look right here on my test block. I want it to lay flat. It's going to come together perfectly because we have those specialized dog ears. And then to finish it out, we're going to add this shape right here, which is shape G.
Those dog ears are going to show us the way.
Yep. Okay. So here's that bottom section here,
Okay.
and I have one already pressed.
Look at that.
All right. So now we're just going to add this top section right here. All right, so now that we have our two halves, let's sew them together to make one finished unit. And then Erica, we need 4 of those together to make that 10-inch finished block.
Right.
Now, Erica would tell you, I hate it to admit when you're right, that you want to pin those.
You know, it's just going to make sure that everything lines up and you don't shuffle.
Right. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to come here and see where these seams match. I want to make sure they stay matched. So I'm going to put a little pin in here.
I've never been so proud.
I know. When I was sewing my test block, I was like, oh, Erica will love this. And the same thing here. We want to make sure that those seams stay together.
Yep.
Okay. That's what gives that great 3D effect.
Yes.
If your seams are off, it's not going to work.
It's not going to work right.
So now we have our 4 sections. So I'm going to sew these 2 blocks together. And again, I'm going to pin because I want to make sure that these 2 pieces match right there.
Exactly.
Okay? That's going to make sure our block stays together. And Erica, I would use a good press with these. Yeah.
Yes.
Now for the pigtail twist, you're going to need 5 different colors of blocks, as well as those 10-inch setting triangles to create the wall hanging. And then you would follow the pattern to complete that project. All right, let's see how we did.
Let's see.
Ta-da, ta-da.
There we go. Okay, and again, we'd give that a nice press, and it would be all ready to go just like the one next to it.
Finished block.
Now we're going to follow the pattern. You're going to put those blocks together. When your top's all done, give it another good press. Layer the batting between the top and the backing, pin or baste, and quilt as desired. Now go ahead and bind the wall hanging using strips from your 2.5-inch strip die. don't forget to miter those corners.
And quilters, be sure and share your finished Go Pigtail Twist Wall Hangings with us on our Facebook page. We would love to see your finished projects.
And remember, at AccuQuilt, we help you cut time
so you can quilt more.